What's up, guys? That Really Ghost Guy here, and we're back playing Warframe. Now, this was something I wasn't expecting today. Is this little thing I got in the mail in the inbox, and looks like there's something going on when it comes to Twitch. So it looks like we got ourselves a color palette, this cool skin for the Ankyros. I mean, it's not really a weapon I use, but I guess it's pretty cool. I don't know. I could probably put it somewhere, put it on a frame somewhere, but. Excalibur prominence skin for an Excalibur. That's pretty cool as well, so kind of excited about that. But I'm going to do a little bit of a sneak peek, and also someone wanted to see my colors on my what's her called? Bard frame. I forgot her name. Octavia. But it is a little bit of a sneak peek. I know recently I did a video that was pretty controversial, and a lot of people were upset over the video, and I've been receiving some hate, which you know, to be honest, I don't care. If you're gonna leave some really vulgar comments, it just makes me even more inclined to just disregard everything you said, and I think it's kind of funny, but whatever. I am thankful because when the video went up in the first day, I had like a 90% like to dislike ratio. There was like 8 or 9 people that liked the video and 1 person that disliked. And those are my subs. Those are you guys that come back and watch pretty much every video. You guys are the ones that were like, yeah, you know what? I respect your opinion, but even though I disagree with it, and they still like the video. And now I've been getting a lot of hate, from new Limbo fans, because they don't realize that I loved the original Limbo. But I will 100% admit that going back through, and because I leveled up Limbo all over again with new weapons and new mods and all that stuff, I do like Limbo. He's completely different from the old Limbo. I do like the new Limbo. Like I said, I also like the old Limbo. So I personally would have liked to have seen 2 separate frames. I would have liked to have seen a kind of casting, like long distance mage type frame and like a time frame, rather than having Limbo reworked. But we didn't get that. It's alright. It's alright. I get it. Like I said, I do like the new Limbo. But we will talk about that in another video. I will be doing a look at the rework, like a relook. I don't know what I'm gonna call it yet. But anyways, and then I am going to go over to my where is it? Always changing? No. New frame build. My Octavia. Yeah. So yeah, this is my Octavia. Someone did want to see the colors on it. Shut up, Lotus. I'm trying to talk. So someone did want to see the colors on it. So real quick, that is what I am going to do. So this is the color orientation kind of setup that is going on here. You can tell that this orange is a little bit different from that orange. I may change that. It kind of looks different in different lights, so it's hard to really notice. But we'll go with the white. The white is sitting in the classic palette. Oh, I guess this is all in the classic palette. So if you don't have a lot of these tile sets, this is perfect for you. So there you go. Way down bottom right-hand corner. The blue, shut up, Ortis. The blue is going to be sitting up in this row right here, just below the kind of purplish into the blue-ish, and it's going to be one over from the left. So there's that one, and then the orange is going to be sitting way down here, just above like the brownish orange, and just below like the really light or like brownish. I guess it's sitting right in the orange, right in the middle, and then. This next one's probably going to be very close by that one. Yeah, same row. No, not the same row. It's one down and all the way to the right, which would be this orange. Like I said, I could change it over here, but I don't know. I kind of like that slight difference in orange. Kind of like it. And then this energy color, which can be changed up. I don't really. I think it kind of looks good. To be honest, it kind of looks good, but. This reddish, brownish, all the way top left. So, you know, like I said, you could change that up depending on how bright you want it. I think the darker colors look good because it's an energy color. If you go with like a bright red like that, it's almost too much. If you go with like a whitish color, it's very, very vibrant. So, very nice. But there's that. Let's Let's see. What should we run today? What should we run today? Maybe I'll just stick with maybe I'll just stick with that today. Let's just do that. Let's just run Octavia again real quick, and we're going to talk about a little bit what happened with DE Steve's stream. Oh, I also just I'm just saying, I also just made the Dara Vandal. So that is going to be going on my Limbo in place of the regular Dara. So, but yeah, also, I don't know. Let's actually run over here real quick. It says link your Twitch account and support Warframe streamers. So I guess, not too sure how that works. Not too sure how that works. I don't know how it knew that I was a Twitch user. Maybe just because I'm following the Warframe Twitch page. I highly suggest going over there and following that page. Maybe it'll even get you these skins. I'm not too sure how that works. But let's go in. Let's just go with a basic exterminate. I ran a lot of missions yesterday, and I did get a few extra relics. Nothing that really seems all that great. Maybe I'll just go for another. Maybe I'll just go for another Valkyr Prime Systems. Just trying to get up a Valkyr for myself, and then if I have extra parts, maybe I will try to build another Valkyr to trade away or something in the future. But let's get in there. Let's do this. So, one of the first things that DE Steve talked about in his he talked about quite a lot of stuff that you guys probably won't care too much for, such as like coding things and whatnot, but he is playing through the game and he is catching a lot of bugs in the game that he is trying to fix. Talking about UI changes. So UI changes we could potentially see in the future, not just a better looking UI, but he did say there's a possibility that we will be able to change the color of the UI to something that we would prefer. I'm not too sure. He was saying like a color picker for maybe the UI in the future. So that's a possibility. He did get into, like I said, I don't want to talk about too many of the little bug things. Everything from like double flashlights. There are times where your flashlight like doubles up, and there's just some other little bugs that he's talking about that he wants fixed. But one of the big things that he was talking about, first of all, is I mentioned this a little while ago in the past, but he's talking about like a clan ship that can be built, and it flies around kind of like in an Arcwing space, but you fly around this ship, which you can have, you know, a group of Tenno on board, a group of allies, and it's kind of inspired by like other spaceship shooter type games, but the idea is you fly around in this spaceship and you can either be raided by other ships or you can board other ships, you know, like Grenier ships or whatever. Maybe a nearby ship shuts down your engines or something like that, or they use like some sort of EMP type thing. So what you have to do is climb aboard that ship and then disable whatever is causing problems for your ship, and then you might reboard your ship and then continue on flying around or something like that. It looks cool. It looks fun. It looks very cooperative. It looks like something that people will really enjoy doing, you know, in a group as a clan or a squad or however that's going to work. But it also sounds like your clan will be able to craft multiple of these ships. So I don't know if they're all going to be able to go on the same mission together, but maybe these ships are disposable, or like if the health runs out on these ships, you'll have to recreate a new one. I'm not too sure how they're going about doing that, but they did say something about having multiple ships. Maybe they're just talking about different variants of the ships, so you could have like a very basic one, but then you could have like a large juggernaut type ship to fly, or something along those lines, and you can only maybe fly one at a time. But they were talking about also wanting to make modular ships. So what you would do is you would create different sections of the ship depending on, you know, what type of ship it is. Maybe it's like a you know, pirate oriented or something, and you need some rooms for like storage, or you need extra parts of the ship dedicated towards firepower, or like a raiding party, like what do they call them, sleds in like movies where you have like a sled team that like raids another ship or something like that, or like an escape hatch kind of section of the ship or something like that. So talking about how cool it would be to have modular type ships, and that you can customize your ship to however you want it to be designed. And I think that's pretty cool. That sounds pretty cool. So he showed a tiny bit of gameplay. It's very much in the works. So this won't be coming out anytime soon, but he kind of showed a little bit, and what he showed is kind of like a Lisette type. I forgot which one. I think it's the stalker ship. It's the one. It's like the Mantis. The Mantis. I'm pretty sure. So he's flying that one around, out in like the space and stuff like that. And then he also said like he's managed to mount like a gun to it, so you can go out on the gun and you can like oversee the side of the ship and maybe, you know, lay some fire onto some nearby ships or something like that. So it looks pretty cool. It looks very, very interesting. It looks like I said, something that'll be fun to do multiplayer or whatever, but it's slow work in progress. I mean, there's different sections of DE that are always working on different things. So it may currently be a small team working on this. Maybe it's only Steve. I don't think so, because it did sound like he was talking something over with another one of the guys that is helping him with the designs. I'm not too sure, but obviously the things that are further off into the future are probably not going to have as much manpower on it until it is in the stages where it is closer to release, and then you get more people on the team to kind of, you know, get all the coding perfect and correct and all the bugs worked out and all that stuff. But this is probably a long ways off. But we are still expecting the Chrome Deluxe skin soon. Ember's probably a little ways off. I'm sure Ember's a little ways off. Zephyr, I think, is still a little ways off on that skin. What else? What else is coming out here shortly? I'm not too sure. He did say, when it comes to TennoCon, he said they have some ambitious, and this is I'm using this word very specifically, and it is technically a quote. He said he has some ambitious things that they are working on, and what that means is it's probably very experimental. It's probably stuff that will have many, many iterations in the future of some things that they're working on. So obviously, he didn't hint at anything. He just said, expect at TennoCon to get some news on some very ambitious stuff for the future. And like I said, ambitious is a very specific term. It's probably not going to be anything we see soon, and it's probably going to be very, very far-reaching. It's probably going to be like, this would be like perfect, like this is what we want, this is what it's in our dreams, but that's a long ways off, so it will be worked on over probably a very significant amount of time, or we're going to get a very introduction, like a small introduction to that thing they're working on, and they are going to elaborate on it over a long period of time, such like the focus system. I just did a video talking a little bit about the focus system, but we got a taste of the focus system, but they plan on elaborating on that a lot more. So that's what I'm expecting at TennoCon, is to hear some stuff that is very ambitious, but is not something I'm expecting right away. And then of course they're going to give us some nice juicy stuff that we can expect relatively soon. But you got to pay attention and see what's going to be ambitious and what's going to be almost a sure thing and short term. So there's that. One of the last things I just want to talk about. We'll just head on out of here. Very short. He wants to do something about trade chat, and now while I used the Warframe.market or market.warframe.com or whatever it's called, I have it saved to my favorites or whatever. I use that for a lot of my trading stuff, and it's very, very easy for me. They're talking about either A, making it so that there is a separate want to buy and want to sell trade chat. So I don't think that's going to be the way they're going to go, because he said, I'm not too sure how that's going to work. I'll talk about it with some of the guys. I think it's an okay idea, but I think there's a better way to go about it. And someone mentioned filters, and this works similar to the search function in the Warframe market website. But if you could go into trade chat, such as right here, and maybe you type in /filter, and then you type in like 5 or 6 things that you're searching for, and the only thing that will show up are those 5 or 6 things. Or if you're looking for one specific thing, and you just type in, we'll just say narrow-minded. You type in /filter narrow-minded, maybe in the brackets, maybe not in the brackets. I feel like the brackets are huge. I really like the brackets, but I think they need to go a step further. Doing a filter so that the only thing that pops up in the trade chat until you clear the filter is that specific thing you're searching for. That would be awesome. I think that's a great idea. Let me know what you think. If that's a good idea, put it in the description below. Let them know. Let them know. Maybe it's in the forums. If this is, maybe this is a forum topic. I'm not too sure. But if we can get some support for that, that's a good way for me to be like, because I want to jump into his stream once in a while and be like, hey Steve, I've put a video out, and all my peeps, all of you guys are really stoked about that filter. I think it's a great idea. And maybe he'll be like, yeah, all right. So it sounds like a good percentage of the community. He'll probably hear it from a lot of different people. But if he hears it, they'll strongly consider it. So I hope you guys enjoyed. That's just a little bit of what he talked about. Like I said, I didn't want to go into depth and like bugs and stuff, but expect, I've kind of put a small postpone on my Ash rebuild just because I'm trying to get the last little bit. I'm trying to, number one, level up a few more mods as well as get one more mod for him. I'd like to get Arcanes to make him a little bit stronger too, but he's going to be closer to like an endgame build. So is my Equinox, but Equinox is still a ways away. But because I kind of postponed those because Limbo is a thing, and like I said, I want to do a Limbo video, so expect that tomorrow. I have them leveled up. I want to test them out a little bit with mods and stuff, and then I want to get back to you guys with how I feel about the new rework. Like I said, I already made my opinions stated in the beginning of this video. I like the new rework, so I'm going to try and build him appropriately to fit my playstyle, or at least a playstyle I like. Because, like I said, I think they're 2 different designs, 2 different playstyles. So we're gonna work on this one, and I'm gonna bring it back to you guys hopefully tomorrow. I'm gonna get right on working right after this video on tweaking that. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Sorry for the long ramble at the end, but I think it was informative, right? Thank you. Until next time, guys. Blah.